Palestine, SACP and SAFTU members are marching to Parliament despite their permit being declined. Members have clashed with police. Nobesuthu Hejana has been following developments and she joins us now live to give us an update. Nobesuthu, how is it there? Is it still tense?
Well, Maseko, what started off as a peaceful demonstration near the Hanover Street here in Cape Town, in District 6 in particular, has now escalated to members of the pro-Palestine supporters, SAFTU members as well as SACP. Initially, they had wanted to make their way to Parliament to hand-deliver their memorandum of grievances. This is ahead of the budget speech, but to get an understanding as to what is this clash, or rather standoff, between the members and the South African Police Services. We're joined by Ms. Abida. Ms. Abida, we were there in Kaiserstraat Street, but we find ourselves here. What is happening?
Look, I think we need to take a step back. So the organizers had originally requested permission to march to City Hall. The purpose today is because we know there's a joint sitting because the Minister of Finance is delivering his medium-term budget framework. So essentially we wanted to, one of the core demands is that all these organizers and the supporters, they want to pressurize our government to expel the Israeli ambassador. Now what happened is that the city is controlled by the DA, by the DA, and this DA openly has been very openly and vocal about their support for the Zionist state of Israel. The request to march has been rejected on the basis of security reasons. We don't know what the security reasons are. As you can see in this crowd, it's predominantly young people because they feel our right to protest is being curtailed. They are very peaceful. All they want to do is they want to get close to City Hall because that is now the symbol of our national parliament and where the National Assembly is currently sitting. And all that we want to communicate to them is to say that we want our government to call, and not just to call for an immediate end to a ceasefire in the state of Israel, but also, for example, if you can hear behind me, people are calling for the expulsion of the ambassador, but for our South African government to cut all diplomatic and economic ties with the Zionist state of Israel. We also want our government, for example, to charge everybody who serves in the Israeli occupation force, to charge them, because we know we have got legislation in South Africa that prohibits South Africans from serving in any other force. And so those are very clearly our demands that we have for today. And we're also asking our government to support a full and comprehensive boycotts and divestments and sanctions package. So we cannot understand why we are prevented from marching to the National Assembly simply to hand over our memorandum. Why must we hand it over here to the police? They are not the state, they are not the government, they are an organ of state, but who's always working in the favor of capital. So it's important for us to be able to exercise our right to protest. We fought very hard and very long for those rights. So therefore also we are extremely disgusted and disappointed with the DA government. In the first place, whatever happens here today, we will blame that at the DA government in this city who denied us our right to march peacefully to the National Assembly.
Right, thank you very much, Ms. Abida. Well, Maseko, as you can see, the members have set on the road and currently they're being addressed by Mr. Busag, who was able to negotiate with the police so that they are able to hand-deliver a memorandum of their grievances through this barricade of police. And as we do know that these people's permit to march to the Parliament precinct or the City Hall was declined. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to hear what Mr. Busag is saying, but I'm just going to ask my colleague Lucanio to maybe go in front of him so that we're able to hear what he's saying as he's asking for calm and peace to the people, as police initially had threatened to water spray these people if they insisted of going further this barricade.
If you do this, there will be a day of reckoning, and that day of reckoning will come sooner than you think. And so let us just bow our heads in prayer. Lord God of heaven and earth, we are coming before you today.
All right, we do hear him. He is praying for peace as the people have called for a peaceful march, but at this stage I believe that the people were able to hand deliver a memorandum. I do see an official that's walking back to the City Hall. So we are assuming that they were able to deliver their grievances or their memorandum. But from what we've heard earlier from SACP, they did mention that, one of their issues ahead of the budget speech is that they want the government to take decisive measures and to stop the budget cuts, especially in sectors like the health sector, police, as they say that, those sectors are the most vulnerable in the country, and in dealing with crime, you can't do so when the police service does not have much of the funds that are allocated to that department, and also saying that the increasing high costs in the country, or rather the increasing rising cost, its results are that people can no longer afford some of the basic necessities in the country.
All right, Nobesuthu Hejana live for us in Cape Town. Lots of demands for the finance minister. He is going to present his budget speech in about 21 minutes' time. It is 13:38.